We have another replica guitar from China. Welcome back to the mix. I'm ABD. Today we have another replica guitar to unbox. We've unboxed a few on the channel before. Les Pauls, SGs, more Les Pauls, a fake Strat as well. Today we have another replica, a Chibson. I will tell you that much. We can open it up all the way from China, AliExpress. If you have not heard, if you are wondering where in fact you can get these guitars, you can usually get them from AliExpress or eBay. DH, Gate, never used that. I've actually never used eBay. I always get them from AliExpress. I've been pretty close to getting a few from eBay, and every time they pull me back in to AliExpress. So today we have a Chibson that we're going to unbox, and in a part 2 we're going to modify it and make it better, put new pickups in it, new tuners, things like that, things that it might need, a pick guard. But today we're going to look at it all the way from China. We're going to hear it, how it sounds with the stock pickups that are in it. Sometimes when you get a package like this, if you've seen the channel before, it is just a yellow package wrapped in yellow tape. Here we have that yellow package inside, but on the outside you have a more package-looking wrapping around it. So we can get this off, and then we can get that yellow tape off. So as you can see, below the cardboard is that yellow tape and styrofoam underneath it. So to get this tape off, well, I guess we have to get the cardboard. So you can see the seam is like right there and on top. So if we put the knife in there, we can slide it right down like so. And then sometimes you can already smell the guitar. It smells like paint. Because most likely not long after they manufactured the guitar, they popped it in the shipping container. And you do want to be careful when doing this because you don't want to cut the guitar, obviously. We have some Chinese characters on top. Not cartoon characters, but letters or words, and I don't know what they say. It could say, screw you. It could say, thank you. We definitely got a little more styrofoam around the room than I would have liked, but now that we have gotten out of the cardboard and we have separated the styrofoam, we can now lift up this piece of styrofoam like that, and the guitar is inside, wrapped in cellophane or styrofoam wrapping, and it is packed up nice and tight with extra pieces of styrofoam to make sure that it is tight and it doesn't move. There that goes. And now we can lift out the guitar and get our first look. Most of the time, they do come with a free cable. I usually don't use them, but it is nice that they are included. This guitar was about $290, all things considered, and it was on sale technically. Some of the replica guitars you can get will be a little more expensive because they'll have some features that you might not find on some cheaper ones. Here, have you guessed what the guitar is yet? Can you see what it is yet? Maybe you can. Maybe I gave it away. But we'll take off the rubber band on top. We'll lift up the styrofoam this way, and now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, your first look. A blue SG with a tremolo and some oil, some fingerprints on the tremolo. That's okay. Hopefully, no damage on the pickups, but we are going to change these pretty immediately, so it doesn't really matter if there is. But sometimes, especially when you ship one of these in the cold, you can get some kind of marking on the pickups, but it doesn't look like we got that, so that's good. And it's not as easy as I would like it to get it off. Again, tremolo here, pick guard there, looks pretty good. Sometimes when you get an SG, a replica SG, the pick guard will be just very wrong, the wrong shape, the wrong thickness, and things like that. But here, it's a pretty good shape, actually. It's a pretty good SG pickguard. It is Pelham, or trying to be Pelham blue. So it has that little bit of sparkle in it. It is not, or like the powder in it. It is not greened at all. The frets, I'm not sure if they are stainless steel or if they're nickel, but they are leveled very well. They feel good. Ooh. Frets feel really good. They feel like they might be stainless steel. They look like they might be stainless steel. And you can tell that stainless steel is a little more blue and nickel is a little more yellow. You can kind of see that if you look between the two of them. You can get used to it. The neck is thick, but not too thick. The binding is a cream kind of color. Sometimes when you get a replica or a Chibson, the binding will be more white or it'll be gray. I have another SG replica, and it is a Les Paul type SG, and it has a very thick neck. This neck, I think, is a little thinner, but I think it's wider. This neck feels wide. And the headstock. The headstock does look good. It looks convincing enough as a Gibson headstock. What do you think? It's not exactly the right shape. The bump is a little bigger there. The tuners in the back say Grover, but they are not Grover. I'll tell you right now. And the shape. How does the shape look? Does it look like an SG? It does. I think it looks like an SG. It's definitely not exactly the right shape. We can point out some things. On the side, it would get a little thinner. The contour on the back and the front. These little cutouts here are a little smaller than they would be. The neck joint is more like a 50s SG, so there's nothing wrong with that, but there are a couple different type of SG neck joints, and that is like the 50s neck joint. And kind of some oil around it. There's a little bit of scuffing right here, which is a shame, but I could probably buff that out. No problem. But besides that, finish-wise, the finish looks amazing. I'm not seeing any defects or hairs or anything underneath the finish. And the fretboard, yeah, again, that's a wide neck for sure. The nut is cut well, and it looks good, seated well. The fretboard is rosewood, and it is dyed like a dark brown, and it looks good. It feels good too. It's kind of soft. It kind of has a soft feeling. It doesn't feel like ebony. It doesn't feel like that kind of composite wood that they do, the laminate wood that they do. It is definitely rosewood, and it is definitely dyed. And then the truss rod cover looks good too. Is that a I'm not sure whose signature that is. Is that Angus? Is that an Angus signature they probably put on there? And from AC/DC. The bridge. The bridge looks good, and the pole pieces are actually, a lot of the time when you get a replica or a Chibson, they have bigger kind of pole pieces there. And here they're tinier, more like Gibson. But sometimes there'll be cheaper bridges where the saddles will move, and I'm not seeing that here. The tremolo looks good. Not seeing anything of issue. And obviously, it looks beautiful. A beautiful Pelham blue SG with 2 pickups and a batwing type pickguard, 61 style pickguard. So, the knobs. Okay, what's going on here? The pots are incredibly hard to turn. They are incredibly hard to turn. So I wonder, well, I guess they get a little better as you play with it a little bit. Let me just, yeah, it's better. I'm going to go ahead and guess that they are small pots, but like I said, this was marked as a more expensive replica, marked down on sale, so it might have full-size pots. And very quickly, let's plug it in to hear how it sounds, and then in a part 2, we'll change the pickups, we'll put locking tuners on it, and we'll change the pickguard. It's pretty much all we need to do. Maybe we'll change the electronics if they're really bad, but for now, let's hear how it sounds. So, let's plug it in. We have a Fender Mustang amp, which will simulate a couple different types of amps. And that is on the neck. Oh, I'm sorry. That is on the bridge. If we go to the neck, So the strings that you usually get on these replica guitars are usually not good. Very cheap, very thin. I think they're 9s, and you should really never put 9s on a Les Paul or an SG, but the fretboard seems really good. The intonation is okay, probably needs a little work. The action is a little high on the high strings, and it could maybe be raised a little bit on the low strings. But ceramic pickups definitely don't sound bad. Whammy bar works. Right. We are on a super reverb type amp with a tube screamer on, and if we turn a rat type distortion on and go back to the bridge, so they're a little microphonic. You're getting some feedback. Getting some feedback for sure. So the pickups are not bad, besides the that issue we got going on. And the neck, like I said, the action can be raised a little bit. But overall, not too bad. Let's go clean. Let's go cleaner than we are right now. Let's go back to the neck. Here's what... Oh my. Here's what you get. Pretty dark. Pretty dark. If we turn on an ultra metal distortion, here's what you get. So definitely not the greatest pick. Let's go back to the bridge. And then if we were to try a higher gain amp, here's what we get. A Marshall type amp. A little out of tune, a little out of intonation, that's okay. Tube screamer. So yeah, one of the things that is not great is the tuners. Go figure, they're fake Grovers. We're going to replace them with locking tuners. And the pickups, obviously not very good. That's not great. Pickups not very good. And besides that, the pots in the electronics, I can't tell if they're full size or small, but they sound good. They feel okay. Like I said earlier, they were kind of hard to turn, but they've kind of loosened up a little bit. But what do you think? I think good stuff. It'll be even better when we make those upgrades. So if you are interested in that follow-up video, you will be able to find it right here on my channel, hopefully in a couple weeks. So if you enjoyed this video, or if you're looking forward to that video, remember to like or subscribe down below. But thank you for watching, and until next time, play guitars, play SGs. They don't get as much love as the Les Paul per se, and I don't necessarily condone getting replica guitars, but if you are looking for one, AliExpress.com. So no more talking. Let's open it up. Sometimes, when you get it, if you've seen the channel before, there that goes. And now, oh,